Page 2, number 296. T&M Associates getting another $2,100 for professional engineering services for a total of $182,660 for groundwater remediation and monitoring at the Veneering Complex. It's a wow number. I probably mentioned it in the first resolution, whatever that was, but I don't know. I just want to point out, of course, that T&M Associates in the last 4 years has donated to the freeholders and their cronies $94,000 in political donations. 297, right below it, Mazer Associates getting another $19,700 for another contract total of $226,700 for professional engineering services for Mountain Avenue Bridge. They donated $18,000 in 4 years to the freeholders and their cronies. All these are just professional numbers. There's not a shovel in the ground from that. That's totaling $400,000. It's a lot of money from the freeholders that the taxpayers are paying.
Comments on 296 and 297. Not exactly my comments. They're the comments of William E. Sluter in his just a paragraph from his book, Soft Corruption, where he goes into the chapter is the fair and open loophole, which when Mr. Patterson mentions all these things, all the campaign contributions, you say we follow the fair and open process. Well, Mr. Sluter, who's a former state senator, and I think just turned 90, so I guess he doesn't have much to lose, had a paragraph on this. And he said, and it looks like that you're not following even this low of a bar based on my reading of what he said. And his paragraph is, pay-to-play restrictions do not apply to some broad areas of government. The law covers only contracts made with the state of New Jersey while allowing local units of government to remain out of the pay-to-play system by using a fair and open process for awarding contracts. Fair and open requires only 3 things: that the contract be advertised, that the criteria for an award be clearly stated, and that approval be made at a public meeting. These are not rigorous standards for competitive bidding and offer little impediment to insider deals for a favored contractor. In the words of a former New Jersey State Controller, Matthew Boxer.
Mr. Berry, I'm sorry. I gave you a little leeway here, but this doesn't really pertain to the 2 pending resolutions. We understand your point.
Well, yeah, it's the fair play. I've got 2 lines. Well, the Matthew Boxer, if you don't want to hear it, that's fine. But I'm going into, you're not, based on this definition, you're not following the fair and open process. Because one of the principal criteria for awarding a contract, and Mr. Patterson has fleshed this out completely, is that they make donations to Union County freeholders and Jerry Green and Lesniak and Cohen and all. And that, now the legal ad, you could put that into Star Ledger, it's there. And this has to be on, and it's advertised. So 1 and 3 are done. But you're not following the criteria. I don't think there's a law firm that's ever gotten a contract from this board that has not made contributions. If I'm wrong, just mention it. So that is a definite criteria for choosing these people. Not only T&M, but Mazer, and there's a whole bunch of them, down to CME, which you're going to be discussing there. I mean, those guys put in $300,000 and they got back $1 million. But that criteria has never been spelled out, so you're not following the fair and open process. I just wanted to mention that. And Mr. Sluter, Soft Corruption, an excellent book that you all should probably read.
Thank you, Mr. Berry. I will just say that the County of Union strictly complies with the rules on all of our contracts, our hirings, both the professionals and others. And I'm not familiar with that book or the details of it, but we are very careful that we are always in compliance with the law. Thank you.
That's my point on this. Fair and open process. The 2 lines I wanted to get out were, in the words of former New Jersey State Controller Matthew Boxer, qualifying for the fair and open exception returns the local government entity to the essentially unregulated system of contracting that existed before the pay-to-play law. So as you're following the fair and open process, everybody realizes that's a joke. And you're not following because you're not putting in that stuff about having to donate to campaigns. Now, an example of the people you get from this fair and open process seems to be hitting you in the face, I guess. It's difficult to tell with this executive session. I think it's supposed to be clear what you're going to be talking about, but it just isn't. I'm guessing that you are planning on suing CME, which happens to be one of the pavement players in the state. It's massive. They donate millions of dollars to a whole bunch of people. As it turns out, in Union County, the numbers are $300,000 in donations since 2014, and they've gotten over $1 million, about $1.1 million, from 2004 through 2016 for doing things like this that they may not be qualified to do. They're engineers. I don't know if they were ever asked, have you ever done a trail master plan? Now, this again is a guess. I mean, maybe CME is going to sue you for something. I can't tell. So it really should be clear about what you're going to discuss. I don't know if there are any rules about this. But I'm guessing it's going to be something CME did, and it may put off the decision for a while, as whether they're mountain biking or not. But this is a perfect example. There could have been hundreds of people in New Jersey qualified to do a trail master plan. But because none of those people donated to Jerry Green or Lesniak or Cohen before then, just a whole list that goes back and forth, they don't get considered. So, if anything, don't take yourself so seriously with this fair and open loophole. It is a scam just to keep the money going. And you're awarding contracts to people like CME. And I don't mean to just put CME. There are tens, there's scores of these people. You know, TNM, Elaine, where you can just go down the list. And they're all, and nobody else is trying to bid. It's an open secret. And again, the book is Soft Corruption. I haven't seen it in New Jersey. I got it in Washington, D.C. at the Politics and Prose bookstore. Maybe they're just keeping it out of here. But it's a real eye-opener. And maybe you don't need an eye-opener. Maybe you could, or maybe they kept you in the dark about this. But this stuff is going on. And it's raising our taxes beyond what it should be. All right, thank you. Next.
Thank you for your comment.